Assalamualaikum and hi to my respected lecturer, Dr. Tahira and panel lecturer. My name is Putri Badrina binti Muhammad Basir and I will present about the training reflection and SWOT analysis of IEX Telecom. First of all, I will explain a little bit about the company profile. IEX Telecom is a global, award-winning virtual network operator that offers internet connectivity, SD-WAN and managed services. Their solution can be deployed in more than 200 countries and territories to support global businesses. They provide a seamless, more innovative network and internet access to experienced ISP, system integrators, agency, financial institution, MNCs, airline, and embassy worldwide. As a one-stop shop, IEX offers SD-WAN, internet connectivity, data center, and co-location, managed equipment, and managed services. Their solution can enhance a global connectivity with a premium touch of SD-WAN technology. IEX run by internationally certified experts and the office in Malaysia, Singapore, Hong Kong, Indonesia, USA, and Myanmar. As a pricing executive, my job scope is to process a new sales lead and manage the correspondence between the sales team and their client. For example, when I get a new requirement from the client, I need to register the QL code first and ready the costing table with the list of partners in the business case. And besides that, monitor the customer's account and provide the data to the sales team, also part of my responsibility. Another task given to me is to keep track on the sales target and record it in international sales report and also in the CRM. And another task that I have done is to build a good relationship with the partner and where I need to communicate with them via WhatsApp and email. In some requirement also, when we don't have a partner in that certain location, I need to outsource a new potential partners and introduce our company product and services to them. For example, I used to find a partner using a Cisco locator which is for the requirement. The skills that I gained through my industrial training is self-management abilities. These skills refer on how I do the task promptly when I receive a lot of work at the same time while regulating my emotion to avoid stress. For me, the effective time management is important for maintaining the mental health while completing the task on time. Another skills that I gained is a technical skills. It is where I learned software and I was exposed to use the company system. I gained new knowledge on handling the CRM system. As intern there, they only teach me the simple thing like record the client and partners detail, fill in the sales lead, and do the cost for quotation. In addition, I also learned some skills that related to personal development where I have learned to be multitask when they give me a bundle of work. And for the communication skills, they teach me how to communicate with domestic and international partners, and mostly I will communicate with the partners through email, WhatsApp and call. The knowledge that I gain about the IEX Telecom is through their value proposition. IEX has a proven business model where they operate virtually without owning any infra and by relying on partners domestically and internationally. IEX Telecommunication has a multicultural working environment because part of the employees is expatriate, which is good for the company, and it also indirectly helped me to gain the new knowledge on how to handle the business negotiation with the international partners and learn their working culture. In the recurring revenue model, they are making a direct sales in terms of connectivity and equipment, and the company's revenue growth is increasing every year. IEX Telecom has a huge market opportunity in the telecommunication industry, where their businesses is new and has a lower competitors. The knowledge that I can learn from this is how the company need to gain the confidence and trust from the client, act as a middleman to communicate with their partners. And the company also have a high future valuation, where this can be determined by their current asset that increases each year. They also have the huge opportunity in the international market, where they currently have more than 200 locations around the world, and they are planning to be a global provider in the world. The added value that the companies give to the employee during the pandemic COVID-19 is they give the flexibility to work from home. For the recognition, my head of department also treat me as their employee, where he is willing to assist me if I face the problem while handling the requirement from the partners. And my adding value to the company is always ensure that the partners respond to my requirement within 3 days and submit the high quality work to the team. Another value that I contribute to the company is I always continuously look for improvement and show the initiative towards my team by helping my colleague settle their workload. For me, through this internship, I learned many precious things. About the SWOT analysis of the company. The first strength is the interdepartmental communication and support. The interdepartmental communication of a company is to focus on helping to improve the organization productivity by ensuring that everybody is aligned. And based on my observation, when the team receive a new requirement, it is important for me to inform the team about the requirement and discuss together to get a better solution for that requirement. And then the sales team need to ready the selling price part, and once the project is closed, the sales team need to hand over it to the service delivery team to proceed for the next part on, and the final stage is to the network operation center before they submit to the client. And each department have their roles by having a strong interdepartmental communication, and this will help the company to operate smoothly. If each department only focus on the speed and self-promotion, the communication will be disrupted and the important information will not be transported. So the people will not have the knowledge to do their utmost effectiveness, and the service is not available to the customer. Therefore, the lack of the communication can lead to the struggles and distrust between individual and team. Then this will occur when the team blame one another for the error and inefficiency. My recommendation for the company to sustain or expand this interdepartmental communication and support is that the company need to have the target and share it with all departments so that they know they are striving to achieve the same goal. And it helps the employee to see even they are from a different department, they are all part of the team, and recalling to the organization vision, mission and key values at the town hall meeting will also help to increase its business involvement. The second strength is effective technology improve the automation processes, and from my observation on this is monitor and fill in a lot of data manually can lead to mistake, and the process of automation can automate the pricing process more accurate when the vendor and client get their information. And for example, when the vendor quote a price for the connectivity for a several site, it is easy to do in a CRM system, and it also can save a lot of time and effort, and we can easily refer to it at any time. The weaknesses that I found is lack of training. From what can I see, they always face a problem to close the deal because lack of training from the company. And most of them need to learn and explore themselves to do the work given. The sales manager is not frequently supervise their employees and especially the new recruiters. When the new recruiters are not well supervised and they are less training as given to them and they tend to do the mistake more frequently. The impact in lack of training is where they will feel demotivated and this leading to the higher turnover rate, and it will also affect the productivity and the efficiency of doing the job. The impact to the company is that where they will face the high operation costs and slower performance. The recommendation to improve these weaknesses is by build an internal talent pool. The leader need to perceive what the employee wants and need to learn to improve their work performance, and the leader must know what the employee desire of their career path and how to align with the organization goals so that both parties can grow together. And besides that, the management need to do the mentorship program to create the learning culture by pairing up the lower level employees with the high level employees to encourage the engagement between them and identify the knowledge gap between them. From my experience, I have found another weaknesses, which is prioritized management. The result can be calamitous, where the sales team does not alert on receive the new requirement from the client and it has been pending for more than a week. And when the sales manager notice this pending requirement, the account manager will push the partners for a budgetary price to submit to the client, and the consequences that they will face is losing the project as they cannot negotiate with the vendors for a discount. By continuous of this attitude, it will give the impact to the organization if the employee cannot prioritize their work. This will lead them to not achieve their KPI, and it will also affect their mental health due to the workload. And thus, the company performance will fall and client will lose trust and confidence due to the reaction of the employees. Therefore, the recommendation to improve the prioritized management is leaders' effectiveness in managing the workplace. The leader must enable to set, evaluate, and give the employee a clear vision of their long-term goals, and by doing this, they will able to achieve more work and less stress. Another initiative that the leader can do is to help their team is by create the MIT list where the tasks need to be done on that day. And the opportunity that I found in IEX Telecom is they are a global company and have many branches. IEX has over than 10 cultures where they hire expatriate and locals. The department will be more productive and the work done will be more efficiently. And most of people prefer to communicate with their races. And for example, Indonesian partner prefer to communicate with one of our Indonesian salesperson, which will help us to get a lower price, and they will give us a fast response. The diversified culture in the organization also help the market opportunities where some partners tend to do the business with companies that have a many culture because sometimes it's easy for them to communicate with their languages instead of using English. From this opportunity, it will give the positive impact to the company where the diversity of a workplace will encourage the employee to grow personally and professionally. And by having the vibrant group of colleagues, it allows them to learn for a wider range of perspective, and it also can improve the problem-solving abilities and raise the level of satisfaction and productivity. And as a result of this is the company market knowledge can improve and increasing its competitiveness and profitability. My recommendation, by having a multicultural team, it can give the company many different point of view, and workplace with a diversity will have more perspective, which is very useful to create and implement the business strategy. Collaboration among workers with a varied background and viewpoint can lead for more idea and better decision making, where the company can have a better outcome and more revenue. Second opportunity that IEX have is a departmental development. The Chief Commercial Officer, CCO, is in charge on the company sales team, strategy and plan. He also looking to improve the sales and the sales team performance. From my observation, the CCO will lead the monthly meeting with team, and he will brief them with the summary of data analysis on sales that's still ongoing, and the other strategy and plan that he suggests is including the request for discount from partners, choosing the cheaper alternative for a complementary services, and find the potential outsourcing partners before we provide the quotation to the client. And he also have a strong communication with client and build the relationship with them in order to gain the future project opportunities. And he also use their feedback to help us to improve and develop our strategy to compete with the other competitors. The impact to company by having a leader with the foresighted mindset can set on how to achieve the sales target by involve all the team to make the goal successful. And by having this type of a good leader, it also can help to train and develop their subordinate to make them aware of the modern work technique, and can motivate and guide them to understand their role in the working process by provide them with the needed tools. And this also can help to broaden their businesses. The recommendation that can be implemented to improve the departmental development is that the management need to invest in the employee personal development, and by investing in these skills, it will enable the employee to grow personally and encourage them to perform their tasks perfectly. The emotional intelligence, effective communication, and mental wellness also can help the productive employee. By improving in the working process to be more efficient is where by having a weekly meeting, and by doing this, the more project will they can be done in a short term, and it also can boost the employee confidence to give opinion on the problem solving and a decision making. The threat that IEX Telecom face is industry competition. My remark is that IEX Telecom is a new player in the industry of virtual network operation, which poses a threat to the existing businesses such as Velo Cloud and Expedio. Their product and services are similar, which is connectivity, managed services, and equipment. They also have the same client and partners. With the growing number of requests, sometimes they also face a slow response from the vendors, while at the same time, they need to compete with their competitors to submit the price for the project tender. So when this happens, their chances to win the project tender is low. And on the other hand, they need to compete in a network infrastructure where customers will be looking for a high quality, secure, and affordable data services before choosing which telco is suitable with their budget. By having a new competitors in this industry, it can give the huge impact to IEX. The availability of a new technology has increased the range and quality of services offered by the other telco firm and the internet service provider. This will decrease the profit margin, and this will also shrink the company's customer base and decrease their market share. To overcome the threat like industry competitors, I suggest that IEX Telecom need to identify their level of ICT innovation and adapt the digital transformation by establish a robust cross-functional connection and pursue the tools that enable the organizational flexibility. The quick and personalized customer services are also important as most of the client need a quick response. Another threat that IEX face is a foreign currency changes risk. From my observation while working there, when dealing with the international vendor on importing the equipment or subscribing the license for the connectivity, the company always concerned about the currency exchange rate, as it has a volatile exchange rate. And therefore, the case related to this is when we had a request from the client who want the connectivity of DIA 100 Mbps in November. But when the project is in progress, suddenly the Japan currency dropped, and therefore the DIA price will increase from the previous charge. The impact that IEX Telecom will suffer is they will incur a huge losses because of the Japanese company mark up their selling price for their services to cover their revenues. And all this is possibly happen because of the fluctuation exchange rate. Indirectly, when this happens, it will give a bad reputation to the company due to the employees' attitude and make the company not preferred by the client or vendor to deal. The recommendation that can be implemented to improve foreign currency changes to the company is decrease the risk of foreign changes by managing the transaction risk. The transaction risk can be hedged through the derivative like a forward or option contract to mitigate the impact of a short-term exchange rate move. A forward contract is an agreement to exchange the currency at a specific future price with the delivery at a specific future time. In contrast, the option contract is where the buyer has a right but not the obligation to buy the product or services at a set price on or before a set date. And another strategy that can be used to invoice and contract only in US dollar by keeping the expenses and revenues at the same currency.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nurshada binti Abdul Rahim. I will present about the internship journey at KPJ Kuantan Care and Wellness Center for 24 weeks. Before I proceed, first and foremost, I will share the table of content for my slide. First, I will explain about the company profile. Second, I will explain about the training reflection. Third, I will explain about the SWOT analysis, and last one is the conclusion. So next, we will proceed to the company profile. So company profile of the KPJ Kuantan Care Wellness Center. So KPJ Kuantan Care and Wellness Center is the wellness center that one-stop services for the wellness that aligned with the KPJ Healthcare Berhad. So instead of there are a lot of hospital that we are the only one that offer wellness services in one building. So they have a variety of services such as dialysis center, mom and baby care center, assisted living care center, rehab, which is iRehab, which is for the physiotherapy center, home nursing and diabetic consultation, and also sweat spa for the relaxing center. So for the short, the location for the KPJ Kuantan Care Wellness Center is located at Alo Alka, Kuantan, Pahang, where it actually the old building for the KPJ Specialist Kuantan. So the operation hour for this wellness center is office hour, which is we will open from Monday and until Saturday, 8:30 until 5 p.m. And then for the Saturday, we only go for half day open, which is from 8:30 until 12:30. So next, we will proceed to the training reflection. Training reflection is my experience, my reflection towards the company that I intern with, which is KPJ Kuantan Care and Wellness Center under marketing department. So I really enjoy where I gained a lot of experience in marketing, where for the first I will explain about their job in terms of skills, knowledge, and also the whole experience that I gained from the marketing department at KPJ Kuantan Care and Wellness Center. So for the job scope, for the KPJ Kuantan Care and Wellness Center and the marketing department, in short KPJ KCWC, my job tasks that I should do and I should learn during internship, first is I design all the flyers, banners, artwork content, creating the video propose the proposal for event, public relation, entertain all the clients and patients that need to know more about the services that KPJ Content Care and Wellness Center offer. Now we move to the knowledge that I got from KPJ Content Care and Wellness Center under Department Marketing, where I gained a lot of new knowledge regarding the healthcare, wellness, and also I can know on how the hospital system is, and also how to promote to attract more clients, more customer, to attract with our promotion, our services that we offer at KPJ Content Care and Wellness Center. Because KPJ Content Care and Wellness Center is a new wellness center in Kuantan that not everyone know regarding our services that we offer and have in KPJ KCWC. So for the skill that I gained from KPJ Content Care and Wellness Center, which is first is I can upgrade my skill from my skills on editing all the content, which is we use Canva, where I can upgrade my level from the beginner to the intermediate, and maybe one day or soon it will upgrade my level into the experienced ones. And also I learn on how to editing the video, and also I learn on how to entertain and do public relation with all people, all the customer, all the superior, and that one is really that I need to. As a nutshell, the last point for training reflection is my expectation towards the company and towards the department. I'm really glad where my expectation is I don't know how to accept with the new environment in terms of healthcare background, because before this I have no idea regarding the hospital services, but this is my new experience, new privilege for me to learn new skills, new knowledge, and I'm really thankful because I got a good supervisor that always teach me and teach me everything and treat me like the staff. That's all from my training reflection. Now we proceed to the SWOT analysis, which is SWOT analysis is the one important thing to one of the important strategy that can we evaluate their internal and external factor of the company itself. So first, strength, where I will share what is KPJ Content Care and Wellness Center strength, and weakness for the in terms of management internal factor. So for the strength of KPJ Content Care and Wellness Center is service their strategic services, which is they can gain more revenue from the services that they have, which is area with the old thought center. They can gain more revenue, especially in terms of dialysis, because every month dialysis can gain 300,000 per month because of the support, and also the patient that come is mostly from the resident and also the foreigner who stay in Kuantan. Besides that, they also have a strength in terms of variety services and the only one wellness center in Kuantan. So by this opportunity, they can attract more people outside the Kuantan. Therefore, KPJ KCWC can sustain and strike their strategic balance that will help them to sustain in long term in our marketplace, and upgrade their management, their current management, and also offer more services that high demand in Kuantan. Based on my observation, I already interviewed some patient in KCWC, where they say that KPJ KCWC is a good services, good best offer a best services compared to government sector, and also the nearest place to come. Next is weaknesses. Weaknesses of the KPJ KCWC is understaffed and also limited seat and bed that they offer. So first, understaffed. Understaffed issue is the issue that need to be solved by the management team. They must hire and observe every month, every year, to make sure all their services offer can go smoothly, can grow more and more. So if let's say the understaffed issue, if let's say the understaffed issue can't to be solved, it can affect their services towards their patient, and also hard to entertain the patient equally at the same time. For the limited seats and bed, the management must add on more seat and bed to make sure all the people can do their services and avoid them to be in a waiting list or queue in a long time period. So for the opportunity, they have a high tendency to attract more customer outside the location-based area. It is a good opportunity to them to expand and to promote more wider, to let all the people, even though they are outside from the Kuantan, do and come to their center and do their services. Next, they can expand their business expansion by do some research which services that high demand in Kuantan, especially for example, they can do hyperbaric treatment because hyperbaric is really needed in Kuantan, because not all the hospital do this treatment. So this is an opportunity to them. So for the last point of the SWOT analysis is threat must be overcome and must find the solution in quick as soon as possible, because if they not, the growth of the business will slow down. So the threat of the KPJ KCWC is, first, there are a lot of private individual center and also government sector that offer hospital and wellness around residential area. Second, it is a benchmark. It can be a benchmark to the private hospitals such as Kuantan Medical Center to follow their steps, to follow their services that they offer, and let them copy what are the services that they have. So to overcome this issue, they must sustain and find their good value, their special services that can they give to the patient. As my observation, KPJ KCWC already have their special value when they treat the patient, because all the staff and all the staff nurse, the superior is really friendly, softly speaking with the patient. This is a special value that must be sustained and keep until forever. That one cannot be compared with other hospital. So that's all for my internship observation and also company analysis toward my company that I intern. And to sum up all my experience in KPJ Kuantan KL Wellness Center for 24 weeks journey at the company, I really gained more experience. I really happy and grateful that I can have this opportunity to learn more knowledge regarding healthcare services. And so that's all for my internship observation and also company analysis toward my company that I intern.
So that's all from me. Thank you.